But dear, can I ask one question? See the page 66, the Buddha said, he did not declare the others' teaching is because it is not useful, not conducive, not essential to the holy life of purity, and they do not lead to all those disenchantment, and they not lead to enlightenment and to nibbana.
Yes.
Can Radhya explain?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, very good question. You see, what he has realized are a lot of things that actually what the other, what they call people who are curious would like to know. Like, what is the first thought of ignorance? That condition living being to become what it is today. Then, like the beginning of time and all that. He said, forget about all this. Although he can understand, but you don't try to find out why. Because he said, inconceivable is the beginning of the first thought of ignorance that condition, delusion, and cause living into fall. All this he has the understanding. But why do he want to teach? Because this is not for noble truth, noble effort, but it will not lead to enlightenment. But the Boddhisatta way thing that he has realized and he has cultivated and perfected is not included in the sainthood way. You understand? That's why he said, whatever he know, even the Bodhisatta way I will say, it is not for you to become enlightened now. It is for the whole process of perfection. Understand? Keep on doing, keep on doing, keep on doing. But it's not for noble truth. So you want to learn that one, I tell you, that life, nobody enlightened. Understand? So that's why his focus is, like I explained earlier on, he will establish the spiritual cultivation like education system. Okay? Of course, the highest education is a university. You can produce graduate, master, PhD. Okay? So you assume that is the Bodhisatta way. Okay? To enter university, you need students, isn't it? So you need to prepare them, isn't it? So who are the ones that can take the Bodhisatta way? The same enlightened being up to Arahant. That if they understand the way, they can make the vow. That's why it must have a great heart. Very, very great compassion heart. Then this supramundane mind must arise. Otherwise, you cannot go this way. So that you know that there is a nature within that can continue this one. That's why the 5 stages of Bodhi mind development I explained to you all. Not until you reach the 3rd stage of Bodhi mind development, where you can illuminate that Bodhi, that nature, is that true nature clearly. Then you won't fall. Otherwise, you can still fall. Yeah. So Bodhi mind that has the ability actually take very long time to cultivate. Understand? Even to make the vow, understand? The plant the seed of Bodhi and life after life come back. By the time he teach you this one, there is nobody who can go to university. Well, the time is not enough, understand? Well, that teaching is so extensive. Although the Mahayana say in the Tusita heaven, he taught them. Then Long Su Pusa, like elephant memory, like Ananda, like that, brought it down. Then somehow it got taught to the Mahayana. So Mahayana have all these sutta. But you read the Mahayana sutta, do you realize one thing or not? It's nothing to do with the Four Noble Truths and the Tritanya. Hardly mentioned at all. Understand? All esoteric one. Understand? Like the Sungama Sutta. Then the Diamond Sutta. So abstract. These are for enlightened beings to go that way. That's why he said, at that time he cannot tell all those disciples that thing. It's just like if they are still in the primary school or the secondary school before they go to university, you go and tell them about university thing. It's just like the primary school teacher. You go and teach arithmetic. Then the student learn. Then you ask him, what is arithmetic? Or later on maths. Is it addition? subtraction, multiplication, division. Then you look at the boy, hey, there are a lot more things, you go to Form 5, Form 6, add maths, everything, then apply maths. Then you go to university, you got all the very, very advanced maths, even integration, differentiation, all those things, at Form 5 or 6. He will look at you, no, no, my teacher teach me only this. So they cannot understand, because they are not ready. That's why the sainthood way is more important. So he said, what I have realized are like the forest, but they are not conducive for the holy life. That's why it's mentioned that way. Understand? Yeah. And he has to, during that time, prepare all this. And during his time, a lot of disciples take the Boddhisatta way. Then he gave prediction to a lot of them. But we haven't finished the Miao Later on, you will see, I think, if I'm not wrong, at least 1,000 with the prediction by Sakyamuni Buddha to be Samasa Buddha. Means they are all Bodhisatta. And some of them, as far as I know, well, one of my guide told me, he said they have been together for very long, even before Bodhisatta, as Sakyamuni Buddha becomes Samasa Buddha, they were cultivating as Bodhisatta together. And there are many encounters. So a lot of these things not recorded in the Theravada is why? Because if I'm teaching primary school students, there's no reason for me to go and tell you all those things. So very likely these are the reasons. Hope it develop better understanding.
Yeah, now is
Yeah. That's why I say it's a good question. People listen to the word, then they panic, not useful, not conducive, not essential for the holy life really. Then why I want to learn? That's why a lot of people say, your sainthood way already very contented, really happy already. So tapan, and now 7 line maximum, I become arahant. So their thinking is all thought-based, understand? So they use this to be the basis. But to have the condition to go to Bodhisatta is actually an affinity and parami. Once you have the affinity and the parami, you will know, oh, this way is so different, so extensive, so rewarding. That's why they will go on. And they don't have to worry about eons and eons. This only the one haven't become, I think, haven't become any of the Arya. They'll say, then they will quote, like I heard a lot, even this era. I remember during the 80s or 90s, I heard they say, hey, you take the Bodhisatta vow. You want to go to Bodhisatta vow. It block you, you cannot become Arahant, no. You heard of that, no? Yeah? How many of you heard of that? It's crazy, you understand, no? But they say, Achaman, give up the vow, understand, no? Then become Arahant. Otherwise, it block you. So people have that type of idea and concept. So you have that type of thought-based thing that doesn't understand, then you will think along that line. That's why you cannot blame them. So then when I heard that, I just keep quiet. I just smile. I said, up to you. If you don't understand, you will say like that. But you understand, you will have an open mind. Understand? Because when you have that delusion or craving to want to be an arahant, this line, what is that? Like Ajahn Chah said, don't try to be an arahant. You cannot have the craving and desire to be an arahant. Arahant is a wisdom that awakens and all the 10 factors severe. Then you become an arahant. It's not a thought that I want to be an arahant. That's why I want to give up this. When you don't have the awareness-based type of understanding, you tend to act and speak in that manner. So it's okay. We are the world is the world. People with that type of understanding or that type of training, conditioning, they are just the way they are. And they will say all this, and which is very common at that time. So let things be, because unless you understand, you can never understand the other way. So there are a lot of things about cultivation that is not taught when you are not ready. Understand? It's just like before you are ready with the condition. A lot of things that I understand, I cannot share with you. Understand? It's the same. If I share with you, you all run away. There is one possibility. Otherwise, you all become like laggy panic. Understand what is all this? So you need the timing, the causes and condition for things to unfold. That's why in the Maya Sutta is mentioned he taught over 5 periods. Understand? His teaching taught over 5 periods. So that 5 period was recorded in the Maya Sutta. Then the Boddhisatta way one was towards the end. Towards the end, the last two. He taught. So once you have the full understanding of the complete teaching, you will have a different understanding of what this cultivation is. Then that time you look back, how to talk to people who are still so far behind. It's just like they are in primary school. They tell you no, arithmetic only addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. How to argue? He said, my teacher says so. But he only learned this. So this is what the possibility of reason why Sakyamuni Buddha at that time mentioned this. So that he shut you off. Totally don't try to find out until you are ready. Understand? It's just like last time I told you, I said, don't try to know. Don't try to do. Understand? If you are not ready, you will panic, you will run. No. Well, later on, only I can explain because the knowing is the doing, is by the thought. And you can only understand this when you have mindfulness and awareness. So similarly, the lightning, this is what happened at that time. Okay? Okay.